Howdy folks, welcome back to Off My Arc. When I chose this ramp start, I didn't realize it was in a hangar, so we're going to pretend everything is okay. But anyway, they gave us our pilot's license back. After that crash, they decided it was ATC error. They should have not let us land at the airport. So we were cleared of any wrongdoing. We have our pilot's license back just in time to do leg 49 of our 50 states tour. Wisconsin, Washington Island Airport. We're going to take off on floats because we're going to land in the water at Shawano Municipal Airport, Kilo Echo Zulu Sierra in Shawano, Wisconsin. A short 116 nautical mile hop, which isn't that short, but that's where we're headed. And I turned off weather because it is really storming. It's like 32 degrees and raining turning to snow in real life right now. So after the last disaster, taking off and landing in horrible weather, at the previous flight, we're going to do no weather except some peaceful clouds for this flight, which is fine. So anyway, we'll see how we land. We have landed this in the water several times, and it's been okay every time. I should be careful because perhaps it's not going to be okay this time. I don't know. Would that be a bummer if the last 3 legs of the series were all crashes? I've done how many hundreds of videos, and we've crashed 3 times. In hundreds of videos. The 3rd time being this last one. Hopefully we don't add crashes 4 and 5 to this. Hopefully this will be okay. Water is very difficult in the simulator though. It's difficult in real life, at least from what I've heard. So anyway, let's get everybody in this thing. And my second monitor keeps flaking out on me. Okay, here we go. Parking brake is set, I believe. Yes, parking brake is set. Let's do our fuel and payload, which is this one. There we go. We gotta load the stuff first or else we tip over, remember. So let's just balance people today. We're only taking a couple people. Just a cute little flight. Fuel, we do not need that much fuel. Let's actually get rid of that first so we don't tip backwards. There we go. All right, let's close you up. What is next? Remove the control lock, which you click down, wrong mouse. There we go. Let's get some lights on for people. No smoking, fasten seatbelt, general entrance. They can start getting and enjoying us. All right, DC master on. There we go. Battery switch. Everything should light up. There we go. Remove the GPU. And we're actually going to close the biggest doors from there. We can't see it when we do it from here, but it's just easier to do it right now. All right, let's get the strobes on and everything because we are going to start these engines up. Although in this position, this scenario, they would probably dolly us. Well, we wouldn't be here in the first place. But they would dolly us out of the hangar before we start. That's okay. Emergency lights can go to arm now. Oh yeah, up to go down. You think I remember this by now. There we go. Let's see here. What was I gonna do? Yeah, let's close these doors too. There you go. Now we should be all good to go on the outside. Very nice. All right, here we go. GPS already turned itself on. Okay, sometimes you gotta be careful about that because you don't want to have your avionics on before you start your engine. Sometimes it just depends. Let's see here, but in the simulation, we turn them on first. Okay, flight plan, there isn't one. It's just going to be VFR, but we are going to, oh, that's right, this is click spots in this one. We are going to put our destination in there so we know where in the world we're going. So we're going to, what did I say, Kilo Echo, nope, wrong. Come here, let's get this in here. Small one, big one. There we go, I'll get this in here first. And Sierra Shawano, there we go. Boom, accept that, and we're actually going to go direct to it. There we go, 78 nautical miles. Good. All right, so yeah, we're just going to go to it and then land in the water nearby. That's the plan. Very simple. VFR all the way. Okay, what is next? Let's see here. Let's do CDI, just in case we use autopilots, we can sight see. That makes it helpful. Altimeter barometer doesn't matter. We're going to do 2992 because we have no weather turned on. 29er. Whoops, that's 904. 902. There we go. Test the caution lights. I suppose we should. Especially with our track record. We want to make sure everything's working okay. So that goes up to test. And then is it this one or this one? Yes, look at the lights. They all light up. No bulbs are burnt out. That is good. And then we'll keep it bright because it is daytime. All right, let's see what's next. Close the doors. We already did because of how we're configured. Fuel boost can come on now. There we go. Fuel levers. Full forward. Throttles quarter of the way. Both engine igniters, which are always up or ready for some reason. Flick engine start right. Should hear it start up. Or you can check the, well, you should check the gauges, or you can see it in the shadows, blah, blah, blah. Good. So we gotta wait for that to reset itself. There we go. Let's do the left one. Now we hear it in both headphones. Very nice. And everything looks good. Generators to reset and then on. Like that. Engine igniters off. Like that. Air bleeds on. Temperature and climate control. Let's warm this thing up. It's a chilly, chilly day. De-icer. Sure, why not? We can. And pitot heat. Make sure warnings are out. Yeah, they are. Alright, taxi lights on. And let's get this thing rolling. Bump my microphone. Sorry. Props forward. Whoa. We don't need that much. And let's see if we can see what we're doing here. There you go. Aside from coming out of a hangar that's half the size of the airplane, we seem to be doing okay getting onto the taxiway. Doesn't matter which runway we use again because of the whole no weather thing. But let's head out here, enjoy the work that somebody put into this airport for a moment. Let's see, can we spin around to see the airport? There we go. The farm add-on is making its appearance as well. Look out for that tree. Look out for that airplane. Let's just cut this corner here so we don't clip anything else. And now things are stuck because we're off-road. Come on. You can do it. Give it all you got. All right, let's start getting those flaps down. Actually, we only need like flap 10 because there's no wind and we have a nice long runway. So here we go. Let's see, where is this runway? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Spin this thing around and get ready to take off. Come on. There we go. All right, let's stop there a second. And set the parking brake. Hop up here. Turn off the taxi lights. Turn on the landing lights. What else do we have to do? Where are we? Flaps, yes. 10, yes. General entrance lights can come off now. Taxi lights off. Landing lights on. Start the clock, which is on the left over here. There we go. And where are we headed? Just turn into the left. We might use autopilot. We'll see. Alrighty, here we go. Props forward. Parking brake off. Let's get this thing going. And away we go. Let's see, do I dare set my heading bug as we're taking off? What a dumb idea, huh? Yes, let's do that later. Oh yeah, plenty of runway, right? Here we go. Pull back. Pull back. There we go. Gear coming in. We'll keep it in because of the floats. Flaps coming up. There we go. I don't even have a cruising altitude decided or anything. We're just going to fly and enjoy ourselves while we can. Very nice. Isn't that pretty? Start going to the left a little bit so we can join the GPS track so we don't get too far off. Try to hold pitch up so we climb at about 96 knots, I think I have written down here. What is it? I didn't have it written down. I don't know where I got that 96 from, but that's usually what we use. There we go. GPS track coming in view. And then we'll just follow the lake a little bit. Nose up a little bit to increase our climb, so our speed is where we want it to be. Where are we at? Almost at 2 grand. I don't know how high we're gonna go. We're just gonna fly and enjoy ourselves. Coast along. Landing lights will stay on. Don't need to worry about weather. And there we go. What I might do is just use heading bug just so I can sightsee a little bit, perhaps. Let's try to sightsee now, though. And I know this livery is completely inappropriate, but that's what we're doing. And let's try to stay somewhat level. Come on. Very hard to do. Just enjoying the scenery with you all. And taking a bunch of screenshots. How nice is this? Looking back on Wisconsin. My neighboring state, of course. How far off track are we here? Let's try to get somewhat on track. Only that is really it. We don't worry about engine management in this aircraft. It's not going to start on fire or anything. It's just a matter of following the GPS line now. So I think what I'm going to do, as much as I don't want to use autopilot, I just want to hand fly. I think I got to do something with it because simply because it's too hard to sightsee. So let's see, where are we at here? Let's do nav. That should turn us to follow the GPS. And what are we at for altitude? We're at 35. Should we stay here? Let's just stay here. Let's do alt. There we go. There. Okay. Autopilot's going to hold our altitude at 35.20, I guess. And we'll follow the GPS track. And we are just going to fly along. So here's sightseeing for you. I might raise these clouds so we can actually see something. And then as soon as we get the airport information and the little map thing, which is, you know, represents like the iPad on our laps, we'll cut back in and get our altitude, or elevation, sorry, of the airport and the runway choices. So there you go. Enjoy the sightseeing. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I'm going to keep the background music going for a second, but a few things I wanted to say. First of all, I totally misspoke and said runway choices. We're not worried about runway choices. It's a water runway. But if you want to see where we are in Wisconsin, here is Green Bay, and we're heading south this way. Our airport is, where to go? It was on here. It is. I looked up on AirNav, and sometimes water runways have a direction. This does not. It just says all way. So when we see our airport, we either fly over it to land in the water, or we'll just come at it and land in the water, just right on the shoreline. Airport elevation is 812 feet, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We will use VNav. We are going to put in, let's just do 800 feet above sea level at the airport, which, there we go, at about 800 feet per minute or so. Come on, where are you? That way I'll know when to start coming down, so 18 minutes will start coming down or so. And then we will land on the water. We'll probably land way too far out and have to taxi for half an hour like normal, because I don't want to land and run into the shore trying to stop. But that's what we're going to do. Back to sightseeing. I'll crank the music back up, and I'll catch you again in a couple minutes. Alright, it's about to start coming down a little bit. I see the lake off our nose that we're going to land on the opposite side. And there's a little tiny airport on this side of the lake we're going to fly right over. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to find the airport that we want to land at and then just pick probably more of a east to west runway type situation in the water. I think I was going to aim right for the shore, but let's go parallel to the shore, I think. And ready to descend. So what we're going to do for autopilot is we're just going to take off Alt and do IS, bring throttles back, and that should descend us, not slow us down. But of course in this plane it's going to slow us down first, and then it'll descend us. We don't want to go more than 800 feet per minute. We're going to hit the ground in a hurry. So let's let it recover a little bit here. There we go. And it's going to bob around a while. And a little more throttle back in. They're not worrying about slowing down too much either. I'm looking for this cute little airport though that I think we're supposed to cross over. It's really hard with the cloud shadows and things to really tell what's water and what's not. 800 feet per minute, look at that. Wow, that got lucky. Sometimes I feel like I know what I'm actually doing. Let's look for this little airport though. Where is it? The little one. Oh, there it is, right off her nose. It's about to disappear behind the wiper. So if you look at those power lines, see how they stop in that field? There's a little airport that's Whiskey Indigo 60. Right there, we're about to lose it behind the windshield wipers. Then this is the lake we're going to land at. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take off autopilot, which is kind of funny. It doesn't even say it's engaged. Look, we have to engage it and then disengage it. And just uncheck those because they bug me. Now we're going to fly this plane. The water's about 812 feet or so, 800 feet. So now we're just going to fly. What are we at right now? We're at 2,000, so we're still quite a ways above ground level. So actually, I don't even think we need to see the airport first. I think we can just kind of go over this way and just land on that southern shore for the most part. Let's get rid of that too. There we go. Simple enough. Let's start slowing this down a little bit here. And keep an eye on our descent rate. So for everything is going well, we're going to keep the gear up, of course, inside the floats. We don't want to have a problem there. Alright, let's see. We're going to follow the shore, I think. And then when we're ready, just turn right into the water and land on the shore. That is going to be, well, it's behind that wiper right now. Alright, so you follow this highway under our wipers. And then you look to that field obscured by the wipers. That's your airport. So we're going to land on that shore. Let's start slowing this thing way down, because you want to come in very slowly and then very shallow descent, and then we want to skim the water until it slows us down on its own. So there's 10 set of flaps, 20 set of flaps, a little bit of throttle in here, but we're still going to come down, skim these trees, keep an eye on that speed. Alright, 30 set of flaps. They're 30-degree flaps, not 30 sets, 30-degree. But anyway, that field is the airport, obviously, and we're just going to land parallel to it. Take as much time as we need. Throttles back for descent. Pitch down, keep the speed up a little bit. And we're going to aim for where that shore jets out a little bit. And then we're just going to ride it out. Now this is difficult in real life to start with, and it's even more difficult in the simulator because you don't have peripheral vision, so it's really hard to tell how high you are. We know it's about 812 feet, and right now we're 900. So let's just go right about stall. There we go. We're going to hit my target. There's 840, 820. Come down, throttles back now, and pitch up. Flare a little, throttles are back at idle, and don't stall, and there we go, down, boom, smooth as silk. There we go. Reversers, because brakes aren't going to do us any bit of good, and flaps coming in, and let's just see if we can kind of go to the right a little closer to shore, or else we'll just use a dinghy to get people out. There we go. We don't have brakes, of course, so let's just use reversers a little bit to stop us. And once we're stopped, we'll do the parking brake, which is anchor. And there we go. Bring the throttle or the props back. And bring the fuel back. And turn off the fuel pumps. If I can get the mouse, is it going to spin the ass? It's going to do all kind of weird things. This is where we just pretend, right? We just pretend that everything is okay. Right? Because I have the anchor down, and yeah, so there we go. All right, let's shut this thing down. Let's see here. Stop the clock, first of all. 32-minute flight time. There we go. All right. Cabin lights can come on now, which really isn't going to be that big of a deal. I'm taking this way too seriously for a water landing, I think. Yeah, we can use GPU, though. Oh, we can't on the water. I thought you could because it parks or puts it on the float. Never mind. Okay, we aren't going to use GPU. We are just going to, I don't know, wait for the dinghy to come get us. I guess we can turn some stuff off if we wanted to. Where's my preset? Yeah, let's just turn all this off. Boom, everything off. Just like that. Wait for the dinghy. Let people out when they're ready. And there you have it. That is like 49. Over 50 states tour. Wisconsin. Let's back up a little bit because I'm getting kind of dizzy. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I certainly did. One leg left of the tour. Of course, not one flight left. I'm going to be doing this forever. But there's one leg left of the series. And we're just going to draw pretty, what is that, for octagonal patterns in the water. Anyway, if you're a big subscriber, thank you for continuing support. If you found my accent, please like, please subscribe. Please share with your friends. Big number 50 coming right up, and I'll catch you then.